Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, and yes, that's right, you read the title of this video. This is kind of a follow-up to the video I did giving my thoughts on the 2022 animated films. And because at the end of the video, I talked about, the Oscars and which animated films I thought would be nominated for Best Animated Feature, and there are three that I predicted and I called, and yeah. Not only am I going to talk about, what's been nominated for Best Animated Feature, but I will talk about some of the other films that have been Oscar nominated. I'm not going to talk about every single nomination, not everything, like the short films from animation, live action, documentaries. Not really, because I don't know that much on them, so, But anyways, so for Best Animated Feature, well, first off, two animated films that I didn't really think of, and they're nominated for Best Animated Feature. Those are Marshall the Shell with Shoes, if I said the first name right, and The Sea Beast. Now, Marshall the Shell with the Shell with Shoes on, with shoes on. Bleh. I talked about this before, because I did a video talking about this, but, talking about my thoughts on the live-action Lilo and Stitch film, because the director of Marshall, The Shell with Shoes On, Dean Fleischer Camp, yeah, he's going to direct the live-action Lilo and Stitch film, and, I learned that he is a fan of the original Lilo and Stitch, and yeah, I don't think it's going to disappoint. That says it all right there, because he's going to do his very best to, to honor the original Lilo and Stitch, and this might not be a disappointment. And, for example, the movie that he directed, Marshall the Shell with Shoes On, it turned out to be a pretty good animated feature film. It was based off of a short film, and then it adapted, it became a full-length feature. So I'm going to have to definitely give this a watch at some point. Also, The Sea Beast. If I'm correct, it's that animated film that's on Netflix, I think. Yeah. And Chris Williams, he's one of the directors. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to give that a watch at some point when I'm up to watch it, And speaking of Netflix, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio being nominated. Obviously, we all should know that we all should have known that this was going to be nominated for Best Animated Feature. And another top competitor to be nominated for this year's Best Animated Feature, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think we all knew too that this would be nominated, and it is. And The Bad Guys, yeah, that didn't get nominated either. But, it seems as though that, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, it takes the cake. So, and I'm happy that, I got to experience Puss in Boots: The Last Wish in theaters, because, as you all remember, I did a vlog on that. Me and my dad, we went to go see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish in theaters, and I even mentioned this in the vlog, in which I'm going to mention again. The day before, I had watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I had to watch it because I knew that and Puss in Boots, the two of them would be nominated for Best Animated Feature. So, I watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio for the first time, and then the next day, as you guys know, we went to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So, yeah, both films, fantastic. It's really hard to tell which one of them is going to win. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio seem like the two most competitive films to win Best Animated Feature. It's hard to tell, but I have a good feeling as though that probably it's going to be Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio that's going to win Best Animated Feature. But hey, still, being nominated is still a good thing, Also, Pixar's Turning Red got nominated. Good for Pixar. Once again, Pixar, sometimes they always have a film of theirs being nominated. Whether from, most of the time being nominated for Best Animated Feature, but sometimes original song, stuff like that. So, yeah. Turning Red was really good, and, Lightyear didn't get nominated either, but yeah, that's understandable. It wasn't that great, but hey, I've reviewed it, and you guys know that, hey, I thought Lightyear was pretty good. And the same goes for Turning Red. I thought it was pretty good too, and I, of course, reviewed it. So I look forward to, who is going to win Best Animated Feature, because it's really hard to tell. It really is. But, we'll find out when the Oscars happens. And now let's talk about, with animated films out of the way, let's talk about, say, movies that have been nominated, like, say, for visual effects, Best Picture, all that kind of stuff. Like, some movies that, I am interested in seeing, and some that I have seen already. Like, 3 movie sequels have been nominated. And those are Avatar, The Way of Water, Top Gun, Maverick, I think I said that right, and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Yeah. Had a feeling that Black Panther 2 would win, and I should have known, Avatar 2 would be nominated as well. And Top Gun, yeah, I should have seen that coming as well. Like, that would have been Oscar nominated, and man, they have a lot of Oscar nominations, like best sound, best visual effects, and even Black Panther 2 and Top Gun Maverick, they are also nominated for original song. So I'm going to wait and listen to those songs when I watch the 2 movies. This is like, say, when I waited to listen to the No Time to Die song, No Time to Die, the last James Bond film with Daniel Craig. I waited to listen to that song until I watched the movie, and which I did. So the same thing I'm going to do the same thing with Top Gun and Black Panther. Also, Elvis has been nominated, rightfully so. It has a lot of nominations, like, set design, best picture. Yeah, I had a feeling that, Elvis would be Oscar nominated as well. And also, rightfully so being nominated is Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. Definitely this film was going to be Oscar nominated, and, for set design, I should say, production design, that category. John Williams being nominated for, original score, Steven Spielberg being nominated for Best Director, and how many nominations have those 2 guys had? I've lost track. I know that John Williams has won a couple of Oscars, and for Spielberg, well, he won for, say, Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. So, yeah. Also, a couple of other films that I'm not really familiar with, and like those are All Quiet on the Western Front and Triangle of Sadness and the Banshees of Inisherin. I don't think I'm saying that right. I don't really know that much on them, but I do know that in the Banshees, like, Colin Farrell is in that film. I think I might have seen a little bit of the trailers for that film, I'm pretty sure. Also, I kind of wondered if this was going to be Oscar nominated, and it is, but just for a few, not that much. And that is Babylon. I don't care for that film. I don't. When I saw the trailers and clips for that film, I was just like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? Like, and I learned that Babylon is written and directed by the same guy who brought us Whiplash and La La Land. Those 2 films that me and my mom, we thought were pretty good. And he did this? Wow, that's a surprise and a shock, don't you think? But it's got nominated for a few Oscars, like, I think, sound design, and I think, costume design, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Speaking of another film that I'm happy to see got nominated, is The Batman. Yeah, The Batman. Been nominated for special effects, sound design, and costume, wardrobe, and hairstyle. Yeah, I'm glad to see that the Batman has been nominated for a couple of Oscars, and it didn't get nominated for cinematography. The cinematography in the Batman was pretty good. Why didn't it get that nomination? I don't know. And Avatar: The Way of Water, yeah, because I think, yeah, it also got nominated for cinematography, but I also know, like, sound design and so on. And also, another movie that's been nominated called Tar. It's that film with Cate Blanchett. And maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I like Cate Blanchett, but I just don't know. Maybe not this. I don't know. We'll see. Also, another film that's been really good, and that is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Everybody just can't stop talking about this film, and everybody says it's the best multiverse movie, better than Doctor Strange 2, from what I've heard. And I'm like, come on, Doctor Strange 2 wasn't that bad. I've seen it, and I thought it was pretty good. It even won the Critics' Choice Awards for Best Movie of the Year. So that's nice to see. And also, Women Talking. It's the movie with Rooney Mara. Yeah, and and Frances McDormand. Am I saying her? Yeah, her. I think I got her full name right. Yeah, I do. Maybe I'll give this a watch. Probably. It is based on a true story. So yeah. And it's really hard to tell who's going to win Best Picture. All these great films, and, Avatar, The Way of Water, being nominated for Best Picture, and since, the first Avatar film, it was nominated for Best Picture, but of course it didn't win. So maybe Avatar: The Way of Water might not win. It's really hard to tell. Also, I'm surprised that this didn't get nominated for Best Picture either, but it did get nominated for a couple of Oscars, and I almost forgot to mention, and as you could see in the thumbnail, well, like, the green screen and so on, The Whale, Brendan Fraser, like, I had a feeling that would be nominated as well, and it is. Like, Brendan Fraser's nominated for leading role, so is Austin Butler for Elvis, of course, and even Bill Nighy. Bill Nighy is nominated, too, for leading role. Has he been nominated before? I can't remember, but, other actors and actresses that have been nominated, like, Judd Hirsch, he's been nominated for supporting role in The Fabelmans, and Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and for leading role, Michelle Yeoh, if I'm saying her last name right, from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah, good for her, and she's the first Asian actress, to be nominated since another Asian actress from the 1930s. Wow, like, jeez. And also, Michelle Williams, she's nominated, too, for leading role in The Fabelmans. So, yeah, good for her. Overall, I'm looking forward to the Oscars and who's going to win, because so many good films, and just, you never know until you find out. Just, And what about you guys? Like, what are your thoughts as well, and who do you predict is going to win? And what'd you think of what I had to say? Leave comments, and give this video a like as always. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me giving my thoughts and predictions on this year's Oscar nominees, and I look forward to see who's going to win. And there'll probably be an aftermath of, the winners. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and peace out.